Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Let's Learn Crochet, in which I learn how to crochet. I feel like at this point I'm pretty confident in my crochet skills, but there's always more to learn. The main thing with this series is that I want to just make different items of clothing or objects that I haven't done before. And we've already done slippers, I believe, a Christmas hat, a sweater, a cardigan, and now it's time for a skirt. Not just any skirt. Of course, I had to make things a little bit more challenging for myself. And I decided to make a probably very time-consuming maxi skirt. Probably going to take a while, but when I found it on Ravelry, I immediately fell in love and I wanted to make it. So the pattern is called the Neptune skirt by Hippie Days. Yeah, it's just a very beautiful summery maxi skirt, and I wear a lot of maxi skirts in summer, so yeah. I was immediately drawn to this one. For the yarn, I'm using Hobby Rainbow 86 in the shade 97, which is the shade Mist, which is a 100% cotton yarn. I got a lot of this because it's a maxi skirt. I will need a lot, but I've used this before and I really like it. I like the feel of this yarn. It's nice and soft and it's a joy to wear. Now, I even made, and I almost can't believe I'm saying this, but I made a gauge swatch. Mainly because I needed to find out what the right hook size is, because the pattern calls for a 3.5 millimeter, and on the yarn band they recommend a 4.5 millimeter. So I made a little gauge swatch with a 4 millimeter needle. So I just found the middle ground and it actually is the right size. So that's pretty good. And I've already done some stitches in this little swatch that I haven't done before. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to learn some new things when I'm working on this skirt, which is very exciting. Now, it's a pretty adaptable pattern, so that's really fun. It's not just a sized pattern. You kind of can make it your own size according to your own measurements. So this pattern is worked bottom up. So you start at the waist and you basically just kind of start working on it and then just keep measuring it against your waist to see if it's the right size. So I need to start with a foundation single crochet. This pattern is US terms, by the way, and I'm starting to get better at just switching between US and UK in my mind. I don't have to write it down anymore. So I need to do a foundation single crochet, and it's going to be, what did it say? Then I need to get a multiple of 8 that fits my waist. So it's pretty simple. And then we can just start working our way through this entire maxi skirt. Yeah, there are a lot of instructions, which makes sense because it's a long skirt. But I'm pretty sure we are going to repeat a lot of things. I don't think I need to say much more. I think I just want to start. I need to start because, yeah, I'm on a deadline and this is going to take some time. So I'm going to grab my hook and I'm going to take this swatch apart because I feel like I need to use all the yarn that I have. And then I'm going to work a foundation single crochet in multiple of 8s that fit my waist. And then we can move on. I'm so excited. Okay, so I I'm already on my second skein and I'm now at round 4, I believe. And I've actually already kind of learned something new. I had to do a stitch that I haven't done before. Oh well, that's not really true. I did the stitch in the swatch already, but before that I hadn't done that before. And it's where you skip one stitch, then place a double/treble crochet, and then place another double/treble crochet in the stitch you skipped. So you go back one stitch and it creates this kind of twisted double/treble crochet stitch. Hadn't done that before, so that was something new. Something else that I learned is how to do a standing double/treble crochet. I think I'm gonna stick to US terminology now because it's getting really annoying. So a standing double crochet. I hadn't done that before, I hadn't even heard of it. I've always started my double crochet rounds and rows with 3 chain stitches, but I saw in this pattern that you could also do a standing one, and I was like, I have no idea what it is. So I watched a YouTube video and I actually really enjoy it. I think it looks so much nicer than 3 chain stitches, so I'm going to keep doing that. Now I'm just going to keep working. I think now I need to do a round of single crochets in the back loop, then some more double crochet rounds, and then at some point we're getting to another stitch that I, before doing the swatch, hadn't done before, so we'll look at it again once we're at that point. But yeah, I'm not there yet because it's pretty... One round is a lot of stitches. I believe it was 298. So yeah, it's going to take some time, and I'm pretty sure I don't have enough skeins. I have... hang on. Okay, so I ordered 20 skeins. I'm already on the second one. I don't know, we'll see. I'm going to keep going, and I'm going to worry about this later. Okay, so the last couple of things I did was work a chart, which is fantastic. I love working a chart, especially because I find that when I'm working just one stitch type the whole round, which is about 300 stitches in my case, I get bored pretty quickly and I find that the round just takes forever. But when I start working in pattern, which is what happened when I started working the chart, I find it way more enjoyable and it just goes so much quicker. So I'm really glad that that's going to be repeated a couple of times. Now I need to move on to the next step, which is technically to repeat everything I just did, just all of this, until the side length of waist to under the bottom. Now they also recommend that you could skip to the step where you put in the elastic at the waist now, before you work all the repeats, so that you can actually try it on. I'm going to do that. I also just wanted to try it on really quickly because I kind of have a feeling it's going to be bigger than I wanted it to be. I measured when I was working on a foundation chain, but I'm not sure if I measured it correctly. So my plan is to try it on this is what it looks like. And if I find that it's too big, I can just add some more rounds to the top, I guess, and just decrease as I go up so that I can make it smaller. It's one of the things I like about crochet. You can just kind of add stuff wherever you want very, very easily. So I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to either lengthen the top section or I'm going to work on the waistband elastic thingy, which I first need to check if I even have the right elastic. Probably somewhere in my elastic drawer, but I just kind of need to crochet the elastic onto the thing. So kind of work a channel and inserting the elastic at the same time, if that makes sense. Also, I'm now on already my 5th skein, I believe. Yeah. So I'm going to just from now on add a skein counter, because I feel like I need to attach a new one after like 2 or 3 rounds. And I'm very curious to see how quick I go through all this yarn. That's actually one, I think it's a comment I got on the first crochet video I did, where someone said, you know, beware, because crocheting eats up a lot of yarn, way more than knitting. And yeah, definitely the case for this skirt. Anyway, I'm going to try this on and see if I need to make any adjustments before I can move on to the next step. Okay, so yeah, it's definitely much bigger than I thought it would be when I measured the foundation chain. I don't know what happened, why it's so much bigger. I'm going to work a couple of rounds up now where I decrease, I think, quite a lot, because this is, yeah, this is not even going to be saved by elastic, so let's do that first. I changed my mind. I was thinking about how I was going to make it longer and smaller at the same time, but I decided I don't want to do that. I feel like the fit is going to be different, and I just don't want it to look different. I've made the decision to start over. I'm hoping this isn't becoming a theme in this series, because that's what happened to my butterfly cardigan. I also started that one over, and this took me already quite a lot of time, so I don't want to do this, but I'm going to have to, I think. I just want to do this right, you know. I want this skirt to be a skirt that I will love and wear a lot, but I think that's only going to happen if I do it right. So we are starting over. Which is fun, because then we can start the skein counter from 0, I guess. So that's a positive. And I use up less yarn because it's going to be smaller. So yeah, looking on the positive side of things. I'm going to start over, and I will see you once I'm back at the same point, which is going to probably be a couple of days. Let's try this again. That's better. It's still, I feel like it's kind of big, but nothing that cannot be fixed with elastic. It's not as gigantic as it was before, so I'm happy. Now it's elastic time. So it's now long enough that it covers my butt, and that means I'm ready for the next step. So also I love how it's looking already. I now need to do an increase round and then basically just repeat what I've done so far all the way down, and maybe do some more increases along the way, but they're kind of optional. It all depends on how flowy you want it to be, and I'm not sure yet. But I am going to do this first increase round, and then we'll just see how it's going to go. But yeah, so far so good. After starting over, I'm really happy with where I'm at now. And I think it's looking great. I did not finish the elastic thing yet. I just put in a safety pin, because they do say in the pattern that because it's so heavy, you may need to adjust it once it's done and when you're wearing it. So I'm just keeping it like this, and then I'll finish that once it's done. But yeah, so far so good. I'm going to increase, and then I'm going to just keep knitting until it's long enough. That's going to take a while, but I don't mind. I'm enjoying working on this, so that's great. This is the final skein. This is number 20. And I decided a while ago that I was just going to make it as long as the amount of yarn that I have, if that makes sense. I'm not going to buy more to make it longer or stuff like that. Now the pattern has a couple of different options for when you can start working the hem. It's either after a double crochet round, or I think the third round in the pattern chart thingy. And I'm now 1.5 rounds away from that point in the chart. So I'm hoping that if I attach this skein now, finish those 1.5 rounds, I can then work on the scalloped hem, and hopefully I'll have enough yarn. Because if not, I will have to kind of rip it back further to another transition point, I guess. I think I have enough to finish this. I've been kind of keeping track of how many rounds I can do, and this should be okay. So yeah, it's a pretty heavy skirt at this point. And I'm very excited to actually see what it looks like when it's done. I'm very excited. So now I'm going to attach this, finish the 1.5 rounds of the pattern, and then work the hem. Well. I finished the scallop edge, and with that, the crochet part of this skirt is done. I'm incredibly excited. I actually have this left. This is, I'm guessing like half a skein, so that will be turned into maxi puffs. Now, it's time to do all of the finishing touches, and I was actually supposed to, or not supposed to. I had planned to find a matching fabric to sew a lining to the skirt, but I haven't had a chance to do that yet, and I want to do it in person in an actual physical store. I don't really want to do that online because I want the perfect color match. But I do have in my wardrobe this linen skirt. It's just a simple, like a half circle skirt, and it actually is almost a perfect match. So for the time being, I will just wear this underneath it. I tried it on and it looks really good together. I'm really happy I didn't sew the elastic, like I didn't finish the whole elastic part yet because I just tried it on, like I said. And I think originally the I think originally the safety pin was right at the end and I moved it up quite a lot, so that's good. I'm now going to, I think I'm first going to sew the elastic together like this, where the safety pin is, cut off the rest and then close up this little waistband section and get that all finished. Then I have a lot of ends to weave in because it's 20 skeins. Each skein has 2 ends, that's 40 ends, so that's going to take some time. And then I would also like to block this, which is going to be interesting because it's pretty big. I don't really know how I'm going to do that yet, but I do want to block it just to, I don't know. My default is to always block everything. But yeah, that's the plan. I'm going to finish the elastic, weave in the ends, and then hopefully block. And then we can go to the review. There we have it. I am very happy with the finished result. I think it's actually kind of perfect. I was a little worried at first that I wouldn't have enough yarn to make it long enough and that it would turn into more of a midi skirt, but it actually is the perfect length. I'm so happy with it. And yeah, it's just so nice. I mean, you cannot see it from now, but I just think it looks amazing. I love the color. I love it's not as heavy to wear as I thought it would be. It's fine. And the linen skirt I'm wearing underneath is actually kind of perfect. So I was considering making a lining for this in the future, but I may not have to. I can just wear it over this skirt. Also, I didn't end up blocking it because, well, first of all, it's a gigantic skirt. It's going to be a nightmare to block. And also, I don't think it needs it. I mean, it's looking really nice. I was also worried that if I would block it, it would become longer and I don't need it to be. It's the perfect length. So it will stay unblocked, at least for now. But yeah, I'm so happy with it. I am now ready for summertime. Bring on warmer days and sunshine, and I will be wearing this skirt a lot. I can promise you now. I love maxi skirts in general, but yeah, this one, it's a beautiful skirt, beautiful design. The pattern was also really, really good, so I highly recommend it. It's in the description. So yeah, that's all I have to say. Only good things. So that's nice. Anyway, for now I'm going to just end this here. I'm going to start working on the next crochet project, which I'm very, very, very excited about. So feel free to subscribe so you don't miss out on that one. So for now, thank you for watching. Have a great day and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.